So for the third part, we have writing the equation of a line given the coordinates of 2 points, x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. So the form that we will use is called two-point form, also known as y minus y sub 1 equals the slope, which is y sub 1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2 times x minus x sub 1. Take note that you may also apply the point-slope form, but you will have to solve separately for the slope using this formula. So if you solve for slope, let's say for number 1, we have 3, 4, and 2, 5. You should always remember that the first coordinate will be your x, the second coordinate will be your y, and since you have 2 points, you have to assign which one will be your x sub 1 and y sub 1. So on our given, let us use the first point as x sub 1, y sub 1, and the second one as x sub 2, y sub 2. Substituting it to our given equation, we will have y minus y sub 1, our y sub 1 is 4, equals our y sub 1 again is 4, minus our y sub 2 is 5, over the difference of our x sub 1 and x sub 2, which is 3 minus 2. Okay? Times x minus our x sub 1 is 3. Okay? So we have x sub 1, y sub 1, y sub 1, y sub 2, x sub 1, x sub 2. But again, you may try solving separately this one and then applying point-slope form. We will later do that on the subsequent examples. So simplifying our given, y minus 4, just bring it down because we will first simplify the slope. So y minus 4 equals 4 minus 5. If you subtract a greater number from a smaller number, the result will always be negative. So negative 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay. Then 3 minus 2 is 1. Negative 1 over 1 is still negative 1. Then bring down x minus 3. For the next part, we will have to distribute our slope and then transpose negative 4 and add the similar terms, just like what we did with the point slope form. So we have y equals negative 1 times x minus 3. Our negative 4 will already be transposed. So y equals negative 1x. Negative times negative is positive 3 plus 4. Now, adding our similar terms, the final answer will be y equals negative x plus 7. And this will be our equation in slope-intercept form. So let us try solving the slope separately in the next given. So again, for the formula of the slope, given 2 points, if this is x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2, the slope will be y sub 1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2. Substituting to our formula, y sub 1 is 2 minus y sub 2 is negative 4. Do not forget to write the negative sign. Then, x sub 1 is 1 minus x sub 2 is negative 2. Again, be careful with the sign. Let us use KSO. Keeping the first term, we have 2. Switching the sign to positive. And getting the opposite of the third number, we have positive 4. Then again, keeping the first number, we have 1. Switching the sign to plus. And then the opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. So adding our given, 2 plus 4 is 6. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. And expressing our answer in lowest terms, we will have 2. And this will be our slope. Substituting it to the formula y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, which is also known as the point slope form. Y minus our y sub 1 is 2 equals our slope, which is 2, and x minus our x sub 1 is 1. We may now simplify our equation. Y equals, distributing 2 to x and 2 to negative 1, we will have 2x, and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Okay? Negative 2 transposed to the other side, it will become positive 2. So positive 2. Therefore, for our final answer, we will have 2x. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So our equation will be y equals 2x. Okay? And for our last given, again, we may solve separately for the slope. We may substitute directly to the given formula. So if we use the given formula, again, we will have y minus our y sub 1. Let us label it first. The first is x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So y minus y sub 1 is negative 7. So don't forget the sign, which is negative. Equals y sub 1 is negative 7 again. Minus y sub 2 is 3 over x sub 1 is negative 5. Minus x sub 2 is 2 times x minus our x sub 1 is negative 5. Okay, so simplifying our given, y minus negative 7 will become y plus 7 equals, keeping our first, we have negative 7 plus negative 3. The result will be negative 10. On the denominator, we have negative 5 plus negative 2, which is negative 7 times x plus opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. Okay? So we can further simplify this part by dividing negative by negative. Always remember, when you divide or multiply negative by another negative, the result will be positive. So for our next step, we have y plus 7 equals 10 sevenths times x. 10 sevenths times x is still 10 sevenths x. Then 10 sevenths times 5, just multiply 10 by 5 because the denominator 5 is 1. 7 times 1 is 7. So again, our answer is 50 over 7. Okay, next. So we want to add the similar terms or write our given in slope-intercept form. So we have to transpose positive 7 to the other side. It will become negative 7. So 10, let me bring down the other terms first. So plus 50 over 7 minus 7. Now we have here 50 over 7 and 7 over 1. So let us write this on one side. 50 over 7 minus 7. Again, over 1 to, so the LCD will be 7. So 50 over 7 will stay as 50 over 7. And then 7 divided by 1 is 7 times 7 is 49. So we express 7 over 1 in higher terms, which is 49 over 7, and bring down the negative or minus sign. So 50 over 7 minus 49 over 7 is equal to, let us write our final answer here. Y equals 10/7 x plus 1 over 7. And this will be our equation in slope-intercept form. Again, if you are to write your given equation in standard form, follow the format ax plus by equals c. Transpose the x to the left side if you do not have denominators. Then, if you have a denominator, multiply the whole equation by 7 or by the denominator, and then transform to ax plus by equals c. Or write in ax plus by equals c.